What's up guys, it's Jim Tay. I'm back today and in this video, I'm going to talk about the 3 projects that I've selected as being the best investments to take advantage of the major beauty world transformation. It's a transformation that I've previously covered in my video on the top 10 Singapore transformations. You can check it out if you've not yet seen that video. Before I go further, in this video, quick disclaimer, this is not investment advice. Please do seek professional opinion from your own trusted real estate advisor if you're looking to invest in any of these real estate properties. Of course, if this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Jim Tay. You can head to the link in the description below where you can find out more about me, and do get in touch if you want to support me and want to seek my own personal opinion on all these properties in relation to your own unique circumstances. Without further ado, let's dive right in. First of all, I want to focus on the number 1 most premium development in that area. Some people have called it the final piece of jigsaw puzzle in the beauty world transformation. It's none other than the reserve residences. When you drive by the area, you probably have already seen the hoarding by developer Far East Organization. It's going to be the cream of the crop and the new landmark, not just in the beauty world area, but among the further downtown line regions where integrated projects are truly very rare indeed. So now, let me give you some quick information of the reserve residences. Let's look at the fact sheet, the information that the developer has already released to us. Now, the reserve residences, unique selling points. It's located at the heart of Bukit Timah and is an integrated residential development with multiple components. Residential, service residences, shops, F&B. There's also a childcare which will be mentioned later on further down in the fact sheet. It furthermore will also be an integrated transport hub with bus interchange and an underground link to the Beauty World MRT station. Plenty of nature nearby with 3 nature parks: Rifle Range Nature Park, Bukit Timah Nature Reserve, and the Bukit Batok Nature Park. Right, unique selling points, and I think this is really important, is 1 km to 2 very popular schools in Singapore: Pei Hwa Presbyterian Primary School and Methodist Girls' School. Further along the downtown line, of course, we also know that the entire Bukit Timah stretch is also home to many prestigious schools such as your ACS, your Nanyang Girls, your Nanyang Primary, your Hwa Chong Institution. It is also 1 MRT stop to King Albert Park Station on the downtown line, which is the future interchange of the Cross Island Line. Right. Okay, I want to draw your attention to this map here. This is very important and it was released by URA a few years ago. So this is the future integrated transport hub, which is reserve residences, already confirmed. This building over here is the link, okay, which is a freehold development that is already fully sold. Okay, then what we have over here is this is a future community building. Those of us who are familiar with this area will know that this is currently the Bukit Timah Food Centre, more enduringly known as TICO. Okay, so this will be redeveloped and will be a community center, and the hawker center, ideally, I hope the food still remains. This on the left is a future site, also zoned for commercial with residential above. Okay, this will carry on the beauty world transformation story. And furthermore, right over here is another plot of land. In fact, this land was sold in November 2022 at a price of about more than $1,300 per square feet per plot ratio. This is a small plot of land with only 160 units. We can clearly see that the crown jewel of this locality will be the reserve residences. Okay, some other information here. Let me just skip through them quickly. Okay, so the design consultants will be Woha, which is an award-winning, a very, very famous firm that has designed famous landmarks such as Oasia Hotel, Sota, and Park Royal on Pickering. Looking at the unit mix, we clearly see the target audience for the reserve residences, where a majority of the units, about 400 over units out of 732, belong to the 1-bedroom and the 2-bedroom layouts. It's clearly a development that's targeted towards investors. Certain additional information that I'd like to point out for the reserve is that under PPVC construction is a no, and that is an excellent news for homeowners or investors who like to reconfigure their layouts. As we may have already know, a lot of new developments tend to be PPVC, where it's almost practically impossible to knock off walls. Car park lots, 586 lots, which is about 80%, which is the typical norm for developments that are very close to the MRT station. This I envision to be more than sufficient because, of course, a majority of the units, as we earlier shared, are for investor purposes, which will likely be rented out to tenants who most likely would not drive. Another very important thing I want to share is the proposed retail mix. Okay, so the integrated development, the malls will have 4 stories, and there will be a supermarket, clinic, F&B, shops, education center, and even a childcare center. It will be run and managed by Far East Malls, right? In terms of accessibility, like I shared also earlier, direct access to retail mall from residential, direct access to Beauty World MRT station, and the bus interchange. Furthermore, we also expect a future connection to the future community club at level 2. These are some of the artist's impression imagery of how the reserved residences will look like in future. Well, I must say that it looks fabulous, and I was blown away when I first saw all these beautiful artist imagery of the reserved residences. The reserved residences is a project that does not need too much selling. In terms of price, I'm very certain it will definitely hit new benchmark pricing for the locality. It's really for buyers and investors who want something prestigious, something of landmark quality, and something that is unique and will definitely stand the test of time over the years and be the top choice of tenants looking for units in the vicinity. Now that I've spoken about the best of the best, the cream of the crop, I want to look at a more value option. And for this, I look no further than to focus on freehold or 999-year leasehold condominiums. What really stands out to me? Let me show you in my analytics app. So this is a project that I select that is close to the Beauty World transformation. The name of this project, if you're familiar, is South Haven 2. Look for it. Okay, it's over here. South Haven 2. Okay. And why South Haven 2? South Haven 2. South Haven 2. Okay. Let me show you. Let me add it into my compare cart. Okay, this condominium, as you can see, is very closely located to the Beauty World transformation area. I want to compare it and contrast the pricing trends with other condos further north. So let's look at the Hume area. Let me pick 2 from here. So Hume Park 1. And maybe let's go for the hillside. Okay, all these are older condominiums, freehold even, that have a sizable number of units. Okay, I go further north again to Hillview MRT station. Okay, let me pick this Glendale Park. Yeah, I pick another one, Hillington Green. Add to compare card. Okay, let's take a look at the pricing here. You can see they are freehold or 999 years, right? Compare now. Choose a time chart. Usually look at 2013 because that was when a major cooling measure came in, the TDSR till the current quarter. Let's look. Look, you can see. Very interestingly, the first thing I want to point out is that from 2013 to 2020, okay, for a good 7 or 8 years or so, this area, the freehold and 999 properties have limited appreciation. So in fact, it's quite amusing because I do see property ads, you may have come across as well, property ads on YouTube, which call into spotlight these freehold or 999-year properties that they have no appreciation for the good part of the last 10 years. However, if we look at what happened in the recent 2 to 3 years, especially because of COVID, there has been a huge growth rate, right? Many of these properties, they have achieved their all-time highs, and price has appreciated for more than 30%. If you look here at line 2 and line 3. So it's very clear that many of these properties here are at their all-time highs. What I want to point out here is we see the line for South Haven 2. Okay, is this teal colored line over here, right? We can see that even though South Haven 2 is the property that's located most closely to Bukit Timah, the Beauty World transformation, its price actually very similar, or should I say even lower than the other condominiums that are further away north along Upper Bukit Timah Road. For me, I feel that there is a mismatch in value here, okay? And South Haven is in fact undervalued compared to those other freehold or 999 properties. Another strong selling point that South Haven has over those condominiums, in fact, is that South Haven is within 1 kilometer to Pei Hwa Presbyterian Primary School, one of the most popular primary schools in Singapore. This is an edge over the other condominiums that I've compared with that are surprisingly trading at around a similar average price as South Haven. I think this is a value gap that South Haven in future after the transformation is complete. I think there's still room for appreciation opportunity for the South Haven condominium. Furthermore, to add to that, this is the plot of land for South Haven, and there's an empty plot of land here yet to be developed, okay, yet to be released for sale by the government. This will be a 99-year leasehold plot, and looking at the prices right now, when it is released in future, it will definitely boost up the prices of South Haven too. The third property that I'm going to share is what I will view as the most attractively priced, family-friendly, full facility condominium launch in 2023, and most likely maybe even next year. This property is the Botany at Dairy Farm, that if you see in news, in fact, it has already launched and already has sold 48% of units on launch day. However, if you have not yet considered Botany at Dairy Farm, fret not, as like I said, only 48% have been sold and 52% of units available still remain for selection. First, let's look at the location of Botany at Dairy Farm. It's located along Dairy Farm Walk and close to Dairy Farm Road. Nearest MRT station is Hillview MRT, which is the reason why I put it here. At the moment, it's one MRT stop away from the major transformation at Beauty Road. In future, we might say that a Hume MRT station might appear here, but still, it's just 2 MRT stations away, right? Currently, sales are averaging $2,070 per square foot, right? Initially, when we were doing this sales process, we were sharing with buyers based on our projections the average selling price of Botany at Dairy Farm. Seems like we were really accurate when we indicated 2070. And why do I say this is the cheapest? Because we look at the land price, okay? Land price of Botany at Dairy Farm, if we zoom in, is less than $1,000 per square feet per plot ratio. The only other is Seneca Residence, which is $930 per square feet per plot ratio. This has already launched in the market. Some will point out that Reserve Residences was purchased for a land bid price of less than $1,000 per square feet per plot ratio. However, as we are going to find out real soon, it's almost impossible that you expect Far East Organization to sell Reserve Residences at a low $2,000 PSF. Okay, everything else that you can see here in the OCR are all already being sold for more than $1,000 per square feet per plot ratio, and that will definitely translate to a higher average selling PSF. In fact, this is the case all across the island, where, as you can see, we compare this way. Botany at Dairy Farm 2070, Lakeside in future will be selling at more than 2001, and already in the northern side of Singapore, Lentor area, they are all also hitting prices exceeding $2,000 per square feet. Further central, RCR is at 2005, and CCR will probably be hitting prices close to $3,000 per square feet on average. Entry price is critical in any investment decision, and I think Botany at Dairy Farm swings the odds to your favor when you enter at a cheaper price than all other comparable launches in the vicinity. You stand to have a good chance of capital appreciation in future. What I want to share further is this TOP effect, where prices spike upon a project's TOP. I want to point to the example right across the road to Botany at Dairy Farm, in fact, where we can see the Dairy Farm Residences. When I took a look at the transactions at Dairy Farm Residences, just take a look, I got a little bit of a surprise myself as well when I see that even before TOP, we see prices at this unit 0620 hitting a high of almost $2,000 per square feet. Okay, when I pull out the chart of Dairy Farm Residences, it's even more obvious. You can see clearly in the last 1 year or so, prices have spiked upwards at Dairy Farm Residences. If you're a buyer and you think that the prices are already high, we must understand the market, and that it is a common norm, in fact, that buyers are willing to pay a premium for properties that are brand new and completed and ready to move in. As clearly shown again with this example at Dairy Farm Residences, history that has repeated many times over again. Then I took a step further to put it in context with the prices that was purchased earlier. And this is what I saw. In fact, look at all these units sold in 2021, right? They were averaging about 1,600 per square feet. And today, look today, 2023, they are selling at about $2,000 per square feet. This is a more than 20% capital appreciation in under 2 years. Is this achievable again in Botany at Dairy Farm? Of course, nobody can predict the future with 100% accuracy. However, this is something that is known to happen in new launches, and when you enter the right one, especially with a right entry price like Botany at Dairy Farm offers, that is so competitive compared to so many new launches across the entire island of Singapore, I think you swing the odds towards your favor in getting the highest chance of the highest capital appreciation in just a few years. Furthermore, we can also bank on the government helping to push prices further upwards, as there are further plots of land yet to be released for sale nearby. Right? This area, I would say, has just started to undergo major transformation following the final completion of the downtown line in 2017. To illustrate, the German-European School was only completed in 2018, right? Dairy Farm Residences only started to launch in 2019, and today in 2023, we have the Botany at Dairy Farm. So, right, it's just a matter of time before all these land plots start to launch, and when that time comes, it will definitely boost up your prices at Botany at Dairy Farm. Units are still continuing to sell post-launch, so if you're interested, please do head down to the sales gallery and take a look at the project. Furthermore, we know that just a few MRT stops away, there is the Reserve Residences that's definitely, hearsay, going to launch at about 2,700 per square feet or even higher. So that's it for my choices of the 3 projects that will benefit the most from the Beauty World transformation. I hope I've given you a good overview and I've made my choices balanced. First, the cream of the crop, the most prestigious, the best of the lot for those who don't mind paying a premium, the Reserve Residences. Second, the deep value option for those who think that prices today have simply risen too much over the last few years. That's a 999-year leasehold development for you, South Haven 2. The third option is something a little further away from Beauty World that, however, I think is still an attractive entry price for someone who wants to approach an investment with that quick in, quick out mindset and get the maximum capital gain in the shortest period of time. Entry price is very important, and therefore that's the Botany at Dairy Farm. Once again, my name is Jim Tay. I hope you enjoyed my video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you've not yet done so, leave me a comment, ask me any questions on this page. I'll do my best to answer you. And of course, if you want to support me and engage me to work with you for any of your own real estate views, please do get in touch with me directly. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.